pace of reforms to set the path of polls, Chief Advisor. India urged to stop Hasina's anti-Bangladesh statement. BNP to govern country on 31 point, says Tariq Rahman. High Court declares indemnity to quick rental illegal. Those were the headlines. You're watching ATN News. Good evening, viewers. I'm Rubaba Ahmed with English Bulletin. Now the details. The tenure of the interim government should be as shortest as possible. Chief Advisor Dr. Mahmoud Yunus made the remark in an interview with news agency AFP. He said the pace of reform will decide how quick the polls will take place. The chief advisor said reforms in different sectors are needed before formation of a new government through polls. Polls will be given after getting ready on completion of reforms. The elected government will govern the country. Quick consensus is needed in the country on probable constitutional reforms and structure of the government, national parliament and electoral norms, the chief advisor added. The chief advisor, who was in Azerbaijan's capital, Baku, to attend COP29 summit, gave the interview to AFP on the sideline of the summit. Chief Advisor Dr. Mahmoud Yunus met Azerbaijan's President Ilham Aliyev in capital Baku on Thursday. The meeting took place at the venue of ongoing COP29 summit. Congratulating Dr. Yunus for taking charge of the interim government, Azerbaijan's president wished him success in reforms. Issues related to bilateral interest of the two countries were discussed at the meeting. Chief Advisor went to Azerbaijan on November 11 to attend the World Leaders Climate Action Summit. The Foreign Ministry has told the Indian High Commissioner of Dhaka to take action in stopping Sheikh Hasina's anti-Bangladesh statement sitting in India. Spokesperson of the Foreign Office Tawfiq Hassan made the disclosure at the regular briefing on Thursday. He said the Indian High Commissioner has assured that he will convey the message to his government. However, Delhi is yet to give any formal answer over the issue. Meanwhile, an official of the Bangladesh embassy in Switzerland was stand release and another official has been discharged from his duty in connection with the incident of attack on advisor Asif Nazrul during his recent tour to Switzerland. The spokesperson also said the Foreign Ministry has come out from the trend of contractual appointment. This has been done as part of reform. BNP will govern the country on the basis of their 31 point if elected to state power. Acting chairman of the party, Tariq Rahman, made the remark in a virtual address to a seminar of the BNP in the capital on Thursday. Tariq Rahman said BNP want to build a country where none will be allowed to become prime minister more than twice. BNP will rehabilitate the families of the July-August revolution injured and martyrs if the party is elected to state power. Standing committee member of the party, Salahuddin Ahmed, made the remark while visiting the injured of the July revolution at the National Institute of Traumatology and Rehabilitation on Thursday morning. He was flanked by Senior Joint Secretary General of Party, Ruhul Kabir Rizvi. They inquired about the treatment of the injured now undergoing treatment at different wards of Nitor. The BNP leader also handed over financial assistance check of Taka 5 lakh to the injured. Later, talking to the media, Salahuddin Ahmed said Some injured needed to be sent abroad for treatment. Their treatment is not possible in the country. He also wanted to know how come the people from the fascist regime are still roaming freely and want to do politics. The High Court has pronounced a verdict declaring indemnity given to Quick Rental Power Supply as illegal. The indemnity had been given under Clause Number 9 of Quick Rental Power and Energy Supply Special Provision Act 2010. Under the Act, raising any question about any action of quick rental before any court of the country had been prohibited. A High Court bench of Justice Farah Mahboob and Justice Devashish Roy Chaudhary pronounced the verdict on Thursday, declaring the rule issued in this regard on September 2nd as proper. The court said in the observation, since desired supply of power has not been achieved even after paying taka thousands of crore to quick rental firms, so the government preserve the rights to cancel the deal if want. Now a short break. We will be back soon with Jamaat want cancellation of Article 70 of Constitution. Balloting in Sri Lanka's parliamentary polls end. You're watching ATN News. This is English Bulletin. Bangladesh Jamaat-e-Islami has sought cancellation of Article 70 of the Constitution that kept the provision of declaring the seat of any lawmaker vacant if he or she votes against own party in the National Parliament. Lawyer of Jamaat-e-Islami Advocate Shishir Monir made the demand in the hearing of the writ that sought cancellation of 15th Amendment of the Constitution. The hearing took place before the bench of Justice Farah Mahboob and Justice Devashish Roy Chaudhary on Thursday. The Jamaat's lawyer also gave strong arguments in favor of restoring caretaker system. Terming most parts of the 15th Amendment contrary to main structure of the Constitution, the Jamaat's lawyer said the amendment had been made to finish democracy, rule of law, independence of judiciary, and people's voting rights for good. Now news around the world. Sri Lankans voted in a parliamentary election Thursday that is key for the country's new Marxist-leaning president to consolidate his party's power and follow through on promises of economic recovery. Voting ended at 4 p.m. local time with more than 17 million people eligible to vote. Details on the voter turnout were not immediately available. President Anura Kumara Disanayak won the presidential election on September 21 in a victory that marked a rejection of the traditional political parties, which have governed the island nation since its independence from British rule in 1948. However, Disanayak's failure to secure more than 50% of the vote has fueled concerns over his party's outlook in Thursday's election. His National People's Party power must increase its vote significantly from the 42% it won in the presidential election if it is to acquire a minimum of 113 seats to take control of the 225-member parliament. Israel has continued to pound Beirut's southern suburb as Hezbollah's chief Naim Qasem pledges to achieve victory and defeat the enemy. Since Wednesday morning, Israeli airstrikes have targeted Beirut's southern suburbs for the second consecutive day. This comes after Israeli attack on Syria-Lebanon border areas, while Lebanese negotiators awaited potential ceasefire proposal from Washington. It has leveled half a dozen buildings in Dahieh. At least 8 people were killed, including 3 children in southern Dawhit Aramon. Hezbollah claimed of its first drone attack on Israel's military headquarters and defense ministry in Tel Aviv. Besides, Israel claims to have killed 200 Hezbollah fighters in the past week and destruction of about 140 rocket launchers belonging to Hezbollah. Amid this, Israel continuing Gaza's assault, including Gaza City, Jabalia and Nusayrat refugee camps, killing at least 33 people. Pakistan former Prime Minister Imran Khan has issued a final call for nationwide protest on November 24th, signaling a potential escalation of political unrest. He made the announcement while speaking to media persons after court hearing related to £190 million corruption case. Imran declared November 24 a critical day for nationwide demonstrations and called this a litmus test for PTI. He urged citizens, both at home and abroad, to march in solidarity and appeal for active participation of the country's legal community, civil society, and overseas supporters. Imran added the protests are aimed at reversing the 26th Amendment, restoring PTI's electoral mandate and securing release of detained party members, calling this situation the most egregious betrayal in the nation's history. He emphasized the protest would persist if demands are not met.
Of the 26th Constitutional Amendment, Imran detained since August 2020.
Viewers, we will take a short break. Stay with us. Welcome back. You're watching English Bulletin. Now, sports news. Argentina and Brazil are set to enter the field on Friday in the World Cup qualifiers. However, the global football superpowers will take on different match. Brazil will face Venezuela at 3 a.m. and Argentina will face Paraguay at 5:30 a.m. Bangladesh time. More than half of the South American region's qualifiers for 2026 World Cup have been completed. Although having 2 defeats, Argentina showed their power play, winning 7 matches and 1 draw. However, in this international window, the current world champion will face Peru on November 20 after Paraguay on Friday. Their World Cup ticket is almost guaranteed if they win these 2 matches. Meanwhile, despite a poor start, Brazil has gradually strengthened its position in the qualifiers. Before ending the bulletin, the top stories once again. Pace of reforms to set the paths of polls, Chief Advisor. India urged to stop Hasina's anti-Bangladesh statement. BNP to govern country on 31 point, says Tariq Rahman. High Court declares indemnity to quick rental illegal. Jamaat want cancellation of Article 70 of Constitution. Balloting in Sri Lanka's parliamentary polls end. That's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for being with us.